Hi, I am Adrienne Cobb and founder of My Wide Magic. I have a membership group that I would love to have you check out. I'll be offering it for free in the month of December so that you can see what it's about. And it does provide a lot of support. It's a great support system, and it's really designed for people who are spiritual empaths, highly intuitive, have some of the higher special traits and soul attributes that maybe are misunderstood by others and by family members and community as a whole, the culture. And this membership really is for people who have those high level of sensitivities and are able to create a support system that will really benefit them, but also be in a community of like-minded people who can also relate on one level and have a conscious conversation and meet you at your depth, to meet you where you're at, and you meet them where they're at. So hope you check that out. You can go to my website, mywildmagic.com, and take advantage of the free month of December to see what you think. But one of the things, I've had some questions sent to me recently, and it's how do you know you're being supported, particularly if you feel alone and if you spend a lot of time alone. And I find that people who are high empaths and highly intuitive and have special traits and a lot of that, bodhisattva compassion energy, that they oftentimes will feel alone in the world because their consciousness is different than maybe the status quo. They have a higher level of creativity, a higher level of compassion, a higher level of visioning for the world. And so it's a really great question. How do you know, you're being supported when you feel alone and maybe misunderstood in the world, but also where you actually probably spend a lot of time alone as well. In that way, excuse me, I have to sneeze. So one of the things is that I can recommend to you as a support system is it's your own presence, actually. And so it's the ability to start doing a one heart breath with your higher presence, and you may call it your beloved I am presence, your cosmic Christ presence, your God presence, your source energy, spirit energy, higher presence, true presence. So whatever word you want to call it, but essentially it's that part of us that is, resonates more in spirit form. And it's a simple technique to where you can actually feel this. You can literally feel it in the moment that you're being protected and safe and understood and unconditionally loved and chosen. So and I teach this really, I just create a rhythm of it in the membership because we have so many old belief systems and hand-me-down belief systems and ideas and emotions, and this will help to interrupt it, but it also helps to actually expand and bring you back in touch with the higher attributes that you may have shut down along the way. So it's called the one heart breath with your true self, your true presence. And again, you can say it any way you want, but what you're doing is you want to call it forth. So I'm calling forth to my higher presence, my true self, my beloved I am presence, God self, spirit energy, source energy. I'm calling it forth. And you want that energy to literally come. You want it to descend. You don't want to go up and out, which a lot of times spiritual people will want to go up and out to avoid the stress and the chaos of the world. But really then you can't fulfill your soul blueprint, right? You can't be here and enjoy it for all that it's worth in being in this world. So really what you want to do is you want to call this higher part of you down. And so you're calling it down and to stand before you, and then you come into a loving embrace as if you're just coming into that you're hugging it. And you want to hug from the left shoulder to the left shoulder. Most of the time people want to hug right to right, but really hugging from the left shoulder to the left shoulder is it really puts you in that vulnerability and that deep connection, more heart to heart and resonance. So you call forth your higher presence, you come into a loving embrace, a tender embrace, and you just say to it, you just feel into it, because it literally does feel really good. And then you say to it, I choose you above all else. I choose you above all else. And that is just divine right alignment. That's just the way really, as human beings, we're designed to be. And it's not a selfish thing, it's a divine right action thing. So when you say, I choose you above all else, this higher presence that is what's funding you and being here, it's helping you to start to reset healthy boundaries in your life. It helps you to get your priorities in alignment. It helps you to know yourself and to not make yourself wrong, to start opening up to these higher attributes, and to start synchronizing. So you come into this breath where you come into being held. You say, I choose you above all else. And for me, I notice it's almost like an infinity symbol, like that figure 8 symbol. And I'll literally feel it choosing me too. And it's a really wonderful feeling to feel something meeting you, choosing you, and being present on that level unconditionally. And then the next thing is you want to start rhythmically breathing. And you're literally saying this to yourself in your own inner words, right? I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. And for me, I usually notice it in a few breaths, but it can take 3, 5, 10 breaths. Just depends on what you got going on in the day and if you have any stresses or things going on. But usually between 3 and 10, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. While you're imagining, being held, you'll find that all of a sudden you might take a deep breath, or you might feel more at peace, and you just start to surrender yourself and to relax into your energy. And what you're doing is you're coming into a more synchronized space and an energy that is in harmonic resonance, in this case specifically to your own higher presence. At the same time, it is also helping you come into higher resonance, though, with the harmonic resonance of the earth and the universal flow, etc. So it actually helps in a lot of ways, but in this case, we're really linking up to our own higher presence. And then once you find that breath starts to synchronize, you drop into your heart, and you just start noticing your heartbeat. You might want to put your hand on your heart, but you're just feeling and listening to your own heartbeat. And in doing that, again, you'll find like this relaxing energy where everything starts to line up, and your mind does not know the difference between physical or energetic. It's, if you can feel it and you can visualize it, your mind makes the assumption that it's real. So when you come into this loving, tender embrace with your own higher presence, and then you start doing the rhythmic breathing and dropping into that, into your heartbeat and feeling the heartbeat, it's like your higher presence starts breathing you, and your higher presence is beating your heart, and it really puts good perspective into the fact that you and your higher presence are one. And so you will immediately start to feel this energy of support, and you will start to feel better and more aligned. And if you can do it 3 and 4 times a day, when you wake up, 2 or 3 times throughout the day, and before you go to bed at night, and you just sort of end the statement with, I am commanding you to come forth and to take, to full authority and to govern my life, my day, my world, in all ways and at all times. And because you're literally making the statement, asking it to be done, you'll literally start to have that happen. Your higher presence will literally come in, and you're inviting in an amazing resource that's connected to source energy and all your tribes of light and all these higher resonances to come forth to begin helping you. So it's a great resource tool where you immediately, when you're in that loving embrace, you don't feel alone anymore. And then you start to feel this higher guidance. It will immediately start to help you to begin noticing better boundaries in your life, your higher soul attributes, and not feeling alone will help immensely also in feeling more connected to the spiritual hierarchy in the higher realms, but also to creating opportunities with people who are more like-minded. But if you spend your thoughts thinking that you are alone and that you're not connected, and you go further and further away from your divine connection, you actually start attracting more of that into your life. But the minute you come into this one heart breath, then you actually start to attract people and opportunities and things into your life that are more in vibrational resonance. And that's how that works. And I would highly recommend doing it as a new way, and it's really sustaining it. So it will literally make your life better instantly. And the key to it is sustainability. You want to keep doing it just like you would anything else that you do on a daily level. And it will make a world of life-changing difference. So I would love to have you join in the membership. That's a real good basis. We start all of our sessions with that. All the calls are started with that to really help you come back into your own empowerment and your own connection. And then other beings of light or other guidance and information can come in, but we always start with that. So that helps immensely to break that cycle of feeling alone in the world and knowing that you are supported at a very high level. Okay, talk to you soon, hopefully, and hopefully you'll join my Wild Magic membership, and we'll see you on the calls. Okay, good night.